Okay, hi, this is Tim Dodge. I'm currently serving as the Southeastern Library Association president. I'm a research and instruction librarian at Auburn University. I'm going to be interviewing past president of SELA, Faith Line, who has served as president 2006 to 2008. Faith, would you discuss your background in libraries?
Sure. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate you doing this. I've been in public libraries all of my career. I thought when I was going to library school, I wanted to be in an academic library. That's where I did my I worked in the USC library while I was going to library school, and I thought, oh, this is great. And then I got a job as a in the public library and haven't looked back. I worked, started out as extension librarian in Pickens County, then became assistant director, then director at the Sumter County Library, worked there for 21 years, and then moved to Anderson and have worked here for 13 years. And spent all of my career in public libraries and all in South Carolina. So I'm one of those of the old guard here in South Carolina.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to question number 2. Describe your history with SELA, such as your first involvement, positions held, and other service.
Okay. I've done a little bit of everything with SELA. I started out with just wanting to be involved in something more than just South Carolina. I believe strongly in education and continuing education and meeting other people. I've always thought that the best thing we can do is talk to people that are doing similar jobs or doing things, innovative things. And the only way you can do that really is to go to conferences and to meetings so that you can actually have time to talk to people or hear from them. So I had been involved with South Carolina Library Association and have all my career, but wanted to do more. And a friend introduced me to SELA, and I thought, this is great. This is what I really want to do, because it's not just South Carolina, it's the whole Southeast. I can't afford to go to ALA on a regular basis. It's just too expensive. And SELA allowed me to have that ALA experience without spending the money and have as just as good as if I'd gone to the bigger conference. So I think that was a great way for me to get introduced. And I've done a little bit of everything. I've been on the public library committee. I've been the chair of those. I've been library administration, just different chairs. I've also, one of the things that really got me involved, I was the chair of the exhibits committee for the Charleston co-conference that we did with the South Carolina Library Association. And at that point, I really got to know people like Gordon and others that were involved at the time, and that helped move me forward. That's when they asked me to do a few other things that I hadn't done. So I got, because I was a chair of a committee, like with public libraries, I got on the board, and then from there was asked to be a president-elect, and then our vice president, and then became president. So I've just sort of moved up and tried to do a little bit of everything. I don't think there's many committees that I haven't been on or I haven't worked with, from whether it was the, bylaws or constitution or any of those things. I've done most of them at one point or another.
Thank you. Please talk about your time as president of SELA. For instance, could you share any major accomplishments, initiatives, or challenges you faced while president?
Okay. During my term, we did a couple of things. One of the things we did was the new logo that Gina Gabler from Austin P did that, which gave us just a new look. I had nothing to do with it, but they all produced that. We also did started the mentorship program. Hal Mendelson from Florida was very instrumental in that. It's something he wanted to do, and he worked really hard to get that to come through. I just helped support him, and I think it all got started in my year. I know we started working on it and trying to get it moving forward. So we just kept moving forward with it, and I think it's a good program and still going on. Hal's always been a good proponent for SELA and public and libraries in general. One of the biggest challenges we had during my time was that our funding was very low. We did not have a lot of money when I was president. It was a difficult time. We were looking at every penny we could, and if it hadn't been for Gordon Baker, I don't know that we would have made it through that time either, because he kept things moving. He and his cohorts helped do the administrative piece at a very low cost. His enthusiasm helped keep us together, and it made a huge difference. But we kept going and kept moving forward, and we've come back. But that was the most difficult thing, was just how little money we had during that time period. But we kept going and moving forward.
Thank you. As you gaze into your crystal ball, what advice do you have for SELA to remain relevant during the next 10, 25, or 50 years?
I think it's just, continue what we're doing, get people involved from all across the Southeast, make sure that we work with these states that they keep sending people, that we continue doing the conferences with other states, because that gives us a great opportunity. Doing the mentorship program, I think, is a great product we can offer, because it does help those new librarians that just need a little bit extra and need somebody to talk to. Sometimes they don't have that in their own location. So I think we really have to just pretty much keep doing what we're doing. Getting people involved, though, is the important thing, because if you get people involved, they will get excited and they'll keep things going. And we want this organizations to continue providing quality programs and activities for librarians across the Southeast, whether it's on our own or whether it's with other states. But we need to continue and offer that ability. Again, with Zoom being so big right now, meeting together is a little bit easier. I mean, you're in Alabama, I'm in South Carolina, and we're talking to each other. I think we need to continue that and just widen it so that we're making sure that everybody has an opportunity to learn and to grow through the things that SELA offers.
Thank you. And our final question, do you have any other comments or stories about SELA that you would like to share?
Just that it's a good organization. I started out not really knowing many people and trying to learn, and now I've got friends all across the Southeast. I have people that if I have a question, I can call and ask about what, how did you handle this? Or I can email them, whatever. And I didn't have that before. And that's what SELA is good for, and what it allows us to do. That contact, that personal contact, is so very important. And just, again, I think the biggest piece that I have with all of SELA is just the friendships I've built up. I've really gotten to know a lot of people and really have gained so much respect for all that they do, and have learned so much from the different areas. I mean, being a public librarian, I don't really get too involved with the academic libraries, but I know more about those because of SELA, and I know what they do and what they're going through, because it's not easy on whatever level you're at right now. So it's a great organization, and I hope it continues for an awfully long time, for another 100 years.
Thank you very much. This has been Tim Dodge, President of SELA for 2019-2020, interviewing past President of SELA, Faith Line, who was President 2006-2008. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim.